Okay, so let's continue. Angie, could you please let me know how do you pronounce the next set of words, the next pair? How do
Yes,
you?
arm and father or fada, depend of the country.
We're Australians here, so
Fada.
Arm, father.
yeah, we can say father, like or British father, like yeah, very marked arm. So the R we have to be careful because the R is not like Spanish. In Spanish we roll the R. It's like very solid, very strong. In English it doesn't go like from like the top of the mouth. It goes inside. Arm, arm. Okay. So that's something that we have to remember. Porque I could have my accent, like a Spanish accent. I could say like, "Hello, my name is Gabriela. I am from Mexico." So if I go like that, I am from Mexico. It's so still acceptable, but it's going to make things harder for people to understand me. Okay, so I'm going to try to imitate as much as I can all the sounds in English. Okay, let's go, Steven. How are you supposed to pronounce this set of words?
Cat, black,
Let's check it out.
Cat, black.
Ah, we have something that it's very interesting. Usually in Spanish, we always say ah. But guess what? In English, you have different A's. So this is like a combination between A and E. Cat, 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 black, black. It's not cat and black, it's going to be cat, cat. Try to mix it. Cat, cat, black. It's a sound that we don't have in Spanish, and that could be causing some problems when we're pronouncing. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's go. Neri, how would you pronounce this set of words?
Met, bed.
Let's check it out.
Met, bed.
Exactly. So you have to be careful. Don't confuse that with when we have the double E, because when we have the double E, we are not pronouncing met. We are going to say meet. Meet, like pleasure to meet you, nice to meet you. And the same thing with this word. For example, you have the word in present, keep. But when it's the past, so how are you supposed to pronounce the past? How do you pronounce this?
Keep.
Keep.
Kept. So keep in present, kept in past. So you see, it's because we only have one E. Keep, kept. Meet here, met. It changed the pronunciation. Of course, it changed. Hello, Jenny. Welcome to this session. Today we're practicing around phonetics. How are you going today? Can you
Hi,
open?
Gabby. Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hi, Gabby. Good,
Perfectly.
thank you.
That's
Okay.
nice. You'll be participating after Cindy. They are pronouncing the words and we're checking if this is the appropriate pronunciation, okay? So let's go to
Okay.
Cindy, and after Cindy is going to be your turn. Let's go. Cindy, how do you pronounce the next set of words, this pair?
Away, cinema.
Okay, let's check it out.
Away, cinema.
Away, exactly. It's going to be a little bit different from the A that we have in Spanish. Oh, away. I didn't say away, away. A, away. Cinema. Because I could say cinema. I could say that. That is Spanish in English. Cinema. I'm not opening widely my mouth. I'm like, away, cinema. You see that? Very good. Thank you. Let's continue. Jenny. Let's go. How do you pronounce the next set of words?
Turn, learn.
Turn, learn.
Okay, so we have to stay with the R inside. Turn. I'm going to put my mouth like I'm going to put the tongue inside. Turn. I'm not pushing my tongue outside. I'm just put it back behind. Turn, learn. Turn, and learn. Okay, very good, very good. The R is very different from Spanish. That's why we have to make it as much as we can. Awesome. Let's continue, please. Luz, again, how would you pronounce this?
Is, I don't know, hit and sitting.
Oh, guess what?
hit, sitting,
This one, this is particular to English. That doesn't exist in Spanish. It's a combination between E and, sorry, E and I. For example, when you pronounce this word, how do you pronounce this word?
Girl.
Girl. You see? You didn't say girl, you say girl. You see that? Girl. So you're going to use this sound, girl, inside. Hit, hit, hit. I didn't say
Okay.
eat, I say hit. I didn't say sit, I said sitting, 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 sitting. Heat, hit, heat, hit. This is shorter, and the other is E, longer. Hit, hit, hit. So listen, everybody.
hit, sitting,
Hit, sitting. Hello, La Amaya. Amaya. Is that you, Amaya? The Amaya that I know? Or you are another Amaya? Is this your first class, Amaya? It's okay, it's okay. You take your time when you can open the microphone, that would be fantastic. Okay, I'm going to show you another really interesting pair. So you have to know the difference between this and this. Okay, look at this. When you say this is short. This. When you say these is longer. This, these, this, these, this, these. You see that difference? Okay, now another difference. Shed. Oh, shed. The short is going to be short. And the other one that we have is this sheet. Should, sheet, should, sheet. You see? Shed is short, sheet a little bit longer. I'm going to show you another word. It's a bad word, bitch. Beach. So don't get this confusion. Okay, bitch is short and beach, beach, beach. So it's longer. Another confusion. Hit, 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 heat, hit, heat, hit, heat. So you see the difference? It's going to be a little bit longer to pronounce. So there's a lot of differences like that, exactly like that. And we're going to practice over this. Okay, so welcome to this session to somebody. I remember seeing somebody who just entered, Ochoa Perez. Ochoa, Jesus, can you open your microphone? Could you say hello?
Hello,
Hello, Jesus, where are you from?
I'm from Peru.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. So we're practicing today around pronunciation. And well, if you can open your microphone and participate, we'll be happy to hear you. So I'm going to put you after Jenny. If you can participate, that would be fantastic. Okay, thank you very much for joining this session. Okay, so you see, this, these, should, sheet, bitch, beach, hit, heat. So these combinations are going to give us different pronunciations. Don't get confused, and we're going to be totally fantastic over that. Okay, let's continue with the next part. Okay, by the way, talking about the devil, we have this difference. Okay, so I don't remember who was next. I think it's Angie. Angie, it's going to be your turn to rise and shine. How do you pronounce this pair? Angie, if you're talking, you have the microphone closed.
I'm here. Stay and hit,
Exactly, with E.
hit.
see, heat,
See, hit, like smiley, like see, hit. Totally perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much. Let's continue with Steven. Steven, you have another one good challenge. How did you
Hot,
pronounce this?
rock, hot,
Exact.
hot, rock,
Exactly. For example, Steven did very well. He didn't say hot. He said hot, hot. He didn't say rock. He said rock. You see that? Hot, rock, hot, rock. So, cuando pides un perro caliente, tiene que ser a hot dog, hot dog. So, is not going to be like O, like the regular O. It's going to be a little bit different. Very, very different what we know. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's continue. Neri, how do you pronounce this set of words?
Call for.
call, for,
Exactly. Call, all,
Call.
for. So in Spanish, yo diría call, but this is very different because we say call,
Call for.
for. Exactly. I didn't say for, I said for. You see how it changed? It changed a
Yeah.
lot. It
Call
changes a
for.
lot. Exactly. Very good. Thank you very much for participating. Let's go, Cindy. Cindy, let's continue with you. I'm going to move it a little bit up because we are just losing the screen on the side of these. Your set of words is going to be, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm erasing pretty much everything. Okay, so it's actually this set of words. How do you pronounce this, Cindy?
Could, could. No,
put, could,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, that makes you hesitate now. Like, am I supposed to pronounce like that? Put, could. And remember, should and would. We never pronounce the L. I know I don't have to say could, would, should. No con L. Would, could, and should. Would. Could I have? Could I have? Could you please help me? Could, should, would. Would you like a piece of cake? Would you like to help me? Would. Okay? Remember that. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Jenny, how do you pronounce this pair of words?
Blue, food.
Not a problem.
blue, food,
Exactly, blue and food. Blue and food. It's going to be a little bit like papa en la boca. Blue, food. Blue and food. Very good. Let's continue. Ñam, ñam, ñam. Jesus, help us pronouncing the next set of words.
5, I,
Okay.
5, I,
Every single time that you find a V, I have to exaggerate it. 5, 5, 5. I'm not saying that you didn't pronounce properly, but this is a reminder for everyone. We have to exaggerate the V. 5I, 5I. Very good. Okay, let's continue. Estaba Amaya. Amaya, can you open your microphone now? Or are you still working today? Or a little bit busy?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfectly. Amaya, could you please help us? Tell us a little bit about yourself, by the way. Where are you
Uh,
from? Where are you
I-
connected right now?
I'm Carla, and I'm from Ecuador.
Okay, we
Uh,
got an international session today. We got Colombian, Mexican, Peruvian, and Ecuadorian. Welcome to this session. Okay,
Thank you so much.
Carla, please, could you please help us pronouncing this set of words? This one.
Now and out.
Exactly, not a problem. Now, right now, now. Okay, let's continue. Luz, let's go to the next set.
Say 8.
Exactly, not a problem.
say, 8,
Exactly, not a problem, not a problem. So sometimes we have the past, so we have to say said. In that case, it's going to be a little bit different. Said is because it's the past, it's another combination. But if we have this exactly in present, it's going to be a say and eight. Not a problem. Okay, Angie, let's continue with the next one.
Go home.
Exactly. Angie did a really, really nice job here. Listen.
go, home,
Go, 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 and home. In a lot of words, we're pronouncing like oh. O, home, go. Let's go. So we have to say, let's go home. Let's go and home. Thank you very much for joining, Stephanie. How are you going today?
Good, thank you.
That's nice. I'm going to put you in the list who are participating, okay? And you're going to participate after Carla and Lady. Can you hear us? Are you there? Hi, hi. We couldn't hear you, Lady. Can you open your microphone again just to check if you are able to participate?
Good morning, teacher.
Hello. Welcome to this session. We're practicing over pronunciation. Okay, let's go to another one. We go with the next one. So let's go. Steven, it's going to be your job to do this one, this set of words.
Boy, join.
Exactly, not a problem right here. Amazing. Boy and join, join, boy. So we mark a little bit the O. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be oi, oi. Okay, and finally we got another set of words. Neri, could you please help me pronouncing this?
Where,
Where, air. So we are going to pronounce with the R, special R.
where, air,
Where when we have the R in English that make us close our mouth a little is because or where are you from? Where do you live? Where air we're going to close a little our mouth. Okay, let's go to the next set of words. Cindy, how would you pronounce this? Cindy,
Near, here.
near, here,
if we are Australians or we were listening to Australian,
near, here,
it could be nia, here, because in Australia they pronounce a little bit like R. The last part is going to be nia, dora, bera, bora, but that is very Australian. Nia, here. It's very, very particular from this region. Sometimes you say like, why are they pronouncing like that? It's just because it's just part of the accent, the local accent. Okay, and let's go with the next. Please, Jenny. The very, very last, Jenny? Jenny Carolina, are you there? I think we lost Jenny. Ah, yeah, was lost.
pure, tourist,
Pure tourist, pure tourist. Okay, so these are all the vowels. In Spanish, we have A, E, I, O, U. In English, you have a lot of vowels. All of these, they are all the vowels in English. And the vowels are very, very chaotic as we know them because in Spanish, A is always A, E is always E, but in English, that depends of the combination and there are no rules. There's a lot of exceptions, and the rules could be very difficult for us to understand. So try to, if you want to memorize pronunciation, you have to activate the subtitles everywhere. Everything that you listen, you have to listen with subtitles so you can associate how are you supposed to be pronouncing with the listening. Try to put subtitles everywhere so you can practice this part. Okay? So I'm going to put on the other side just the words where we have some difficulties. They are not all the consonants are causing us some problems. There are some very particular consonants that are going to be more important than others. For example, bed, lab. So all the consonants that go to the last part, they are going to be stressed and exaggerated a little in comparison with the Spanish. Bed, lab, that, lady, find, don't forget the D, find, if, give, give, flag, flag. The G has double pronunciation. There is one with G, give, go, girl, and there is another with like and you have like other words like giraffe, or languages, where the sound is going to be a little bit more different that we have like in usual in our languages. Okay, let's go. Another thing that you have to remember, the H is going to be like always.
How, hello,
In very, very, very few words, you have something that is called silent H. In very, very little examples, okay? So if you want to check around where is the H silent in English, you can put like list, different list. It is not very, very common, but that could happen. For example, honest. Here I'm not saying honest, I'm saying honest. Our, hey, air, honor, ghost, white, ghastly, and wild. In these particular words, we don't pronounce the H, okay? But there are very, very few exceptions. Usually, you have to pronounce the H like ha. That's why you say ha ha ha, and you say, how are you? Hello, how's it going? Ha. It's aspirated like. Okay, let's go to another particular problem with pronunciation. It's going to be these ones. I'm going just to put it back. Okay, it's going to be Jenny. Jenny, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, of course.
Okay, how do you pronounce the next set of words?
Yes, yellow.
Exactly. So you see, we are not going to pronounce like Spanish.
yes, yellow,
We are going to go exaggerating the Y. Yellow, yoga, yogurt, yogurt, yoga, you. How are you? You are my best friend. You're okay? You. We don't pronounce ja, je, ji. It's going to be yeah. Yes. Yellow. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yoga. We have to exaggerate the Y. Okay, that's nice. Very good. Let's continue with the next set. Well, we know the K. With the K, we don't have any problem. The L, exactly like us, with a little bit of change. Sometimes we have to say oh, little, table, oh, okay? Mainly when you have constructions like this. Castle, castle, able, and this word, available, available, castle, able, available, available. So I have to exaggerate the V, available, available, okay? So to have the pronunciation. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Let's continue with who's there. Jesus, could you please help us with this pronunciation? I'm going to put you something that is going to be a little bit different. So we have man, lemon, no, 10, sink, and finger, pet, met, and I would like you to pronounce this, Jesus, the R. How do you pronounce this set of words, please? Can you hear us, Jesus? This one. I think we lost Jesus. So, Jesus, if you can't open the microphone, I'm just going to display this.
red, try,
Red, red, try. So you have to soften the R. Don't pronounce like Spanish. In Spanish, it's very strong. In English, we're going to mark it different. Red, try, red, try. Okay? Well, the next one is not a problem. Son, mes. We have it exactly like that in Spanish. No problem, no drama with the S. It's going to be like usually we pronounce it. But we have a problem with this, the next one that I'm going to show you, this. It's a problem because we confuse it with another set of words. Okay, Carla, could you please help us pronouncing this?
She and crash.
Exactly.
she, crash,
But I don't know why. I don't know why. A lot of students, they don't call me teacher, teacher. They call me teacher, teacher. So you have to be careful. Teacher, 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 teacher. Okay? Teacher, teacher, teacher. Because we are Australian, so we're going to say teacher. Teacher is more American. but the chart, chart. The chart illustrates. It's very important that you pronounce like chocolate, 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 chocolate. You have to mark it very, very importantly so you don't confuse the she and crush with the t. It's harder, it's stronger in the way of pronouncing. Okay, next one, T, not a problem for us. T and getting. We have two ways of pronouncing this. We have the American and we have the British. So you can say getting like American, getting, getting, getting. Or you can pronounce like British and you say getting, 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 getting. It's okay. There is no problem with that. And you have the word later. See you later. Later or see you later. Later. That is American. Later, later. Later, later. So you have a lot of words like that when you find the R instead of the T. For example, possibilities. So the possibilities, so people sometimes say possibilities. And you can change the T by an R, possibilities, possibilities. It's okay, it's up to you, okay? Okay, you decide what accent. For example, us that we are in Australia, we usually pronounce with like R. Australian, they pronounce very similar to sometimes like British, sometimes like American. It's like a combination between American and British. Okay, let's go to the next. Meow, meow, meow. Help us, please. Stephanie, this is your set of words. Could you please help us reading this?
I'm sorry, teacher, which?
This
Okay.
one.
Chat, chart.
Exactly. Very good. Next one. Listen.
check, church,
Check. Church. Check. Church. Esta es como la de cha-cha-cha. Check. Church. Church. It has to be like t, similar to the T. Church. 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 Okay, let's go. Let's go with another problem. Okay, lady, could you please help us pronouncing the TH?
Okay. Think, both.
Beautiful pronunciation.
think, both,
We have to place the tongue between our teeth. Think, both, both. I have to blow that part so I can pronounce it. Both, think. You see that? Very good. Well done, lady. I like how you pronounce that. Awesome. Okay, let's go. This is a little bit different. It's not that exaggerated. Okay, how do you pronounce the next set of words? Please, Luz.
Is this mother?
Very good.
this, mother,
This with the sound that we mentioned before, like this mother, mother. It's not like very exaggerated. It's a little bit like D, but with DH, mother, mother. Very good, very good. Thank you. Okay, Angie, exaggerate the V, please. Could you please help us pronouncing this?
voice, voice, 5,
Sorry, I made a mistake. Angie, how could you say that again?
Voice 5.
Very good. So every single time that you see the V, we have to exaggerate it. Voice, voice, 5, 5. High five, high five. We're going to mark it. Very exaggerated. Okay, let's continue, Steven. How do you read this set of words? The next one.
Wet window.
Not a problem with that.
wet, window,
Amazing. Okay, let's go with a challenge. The Z. This is a challenge. Neri, how do you pronounce this?
Too lazy.
zoo, lazy,
We have to vibrate. Zoo. Z.
Too lazy.
Lazy. Lazy. Lazy.
Lazy. Lazy.
Yeah, we have to mark it a little zoo. Zoo.
Yeah.
Zoo. Yeah, practice that.
Too lazy.
Lazy. Lazy. Lazy.
zoo, lazy,
Lazy.
Too lazy. Lazy.
Very good, very good, very good. Thank you, thank you. Let's continue. Cindy, could you please help us with this set of words?
Pleasure, vision.
Exactly.
pleasure, vision,
There's a lot of words that have the finish like that. Or, for example, sure, assure, reassure, insure, insurance, adventure, adventure. So these all words they are going to have a similar pronunciation. Adventure, pleasure, treasure, treasure. Do you see that? There's a lot of words with similar sure, sure, pleasure. Pleasure to meet you. Okay? And finally, let's go. Jenny, how do you pronounce this?
Just, large.
just, large,
Just, just, large, large. It's like there's an imaginary D, just, 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 large, large. You see that? Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for participating. Okay, so today we'll be practicing about a very important topic and we're going to get fluency. So you can win fluency with a lot of different strategies. One of them is memorizing songs. The memorizing song is the best strategy to memorize vocabulary, to learn about pronunciation, to see words in context, and to get a lot of understanding of spoken English. So that's a perfect strategy. Another good way is the one that we're going to do today. We're going to practice about something that is called tongue twisters. Have you heard about tongue twisters in English? Do you know some tongue twisters? Do you know what is a tongue twister?
Trabalenguas.
I
Trabalenguas.
remember one, but I forgot about it.
How is that?
It's like Peter, something like that.
Peter, paper pie, a lot of paper, something. Yeah, I don't really know that, but let's check it out. So,
Very bot.
Berry butter bot. Do you remember that? Okay, so we're going to practice about different paper piper.
20
So
minutos.
paper piper, we have a version of this one in English and sorry, in Spanish. Okay, so the tongue twisters are very good way in practicing pronunciation, but because we need fluency. Okay, and accuracy, how perfect we are pronouncing. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers, Piper picked. Da, da, da. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where are the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? This was exhausting, okay? So try to pronounce it in your mind. Try to practice, And when you're ready, please let me know, okay? You're going to be practicing about this. So I would like you to focus in sounds that exist here. Look at this. Picked. We are not pronouncing the E. Picked. A peck of pickled. We are not pronouncing the E. Pickled. Peppers. A peck of pickled peppers. Pickled. Peppers Peter Piper picked. We don't pronounce the E again. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where are the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Peter Piper picked. Peter Piper picked. Okay, so let's try, give it a try. So try to think about how are you pronounce this. And in the meantime, I'm going to say hello to Jamit. Jamit, can you hear us? Hello, how's it going today?
It's good, thank you.
Awesome.
Great.
Jamit, where are you from?
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay, Jamit, are you ready to participate today?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to give it a try on this tongue twister?
Okay. Peter Piper pickle a pet of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper pickle. If Peter Piper pickle a pet of pickled peppers. Where are the pickles peppers? Peter Piper pickle.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. Peter Piper. Thank you very much. And peppers, like the red hot chili peppers. that kind of peppers. Thank you very much. Okay, now who's ready? Who wants to give it a try on this one? Are you going to leave me to choose?
I'm gonna try it.
Let's
Let's
go,
see.
City. Let's go. Let's go.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where are the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Very good. Very good. You were doing amazing. Amazing. Great. You say like picked, pickled, picked, pickle, pecked. So there's a lot of words that looks exactly the same. Exactly. Thank you, Ron. So 2 more volunteers and we change from activity. It's like let's give it a Neri. Let's go.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where are the pickled pepper Peter Piper picked?
Very good. That was nice. Thank you very much. Okay, so remember picked, pickled, picked, pickled. Exactly. We pronounce the D, but we don't pronounce the E. Okay, so I need another volunteer. What about Steven?
Yeah, I need that.
Let's go. Let's go.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickles, peppers. Where are the pickles peppers Peter Piper picked? Ugh.
Oof, yeah. Thank you very much for participating. Okay, amazing. We're going to hear some others and we're going to practice over different sounds, okay? Not only this particular sound with the P, okay? We're going to do some others. Okay, this is one of my favorite channels to learn English. Just let me go through the publicity. Mm.
Off the electricity reference price. Nice. Pass the butter, please. Alinta Energy. That's true power.
Want to speak real English from
Sorry, I couldn't escape the publicity. Okay, so this is one of my favorite places to practice English. I hear a lot of videos from this website. It's called English 101, okay? So it's a good website. I like it so much. Okay, so let's give it a try. We're going to be practicing about tongue twisters. The good thing about YouTube, something that you know, you can reduce the speed. If I see that this is very fast, I'm going to reduce in the where is that part? Playback speed. I can go for something reduced like, I don't know, 0.75, 0.5, or very, very slow if I wish. Or I can increase the speed as well, something that you can do. If you think that this is very annoying and you want to hear it faster, you can go and up to like increase the speed if you wish. And another good thing is that you can activate subtitles. So if you don't want to lose anything at all, you can do it from here and read. Go and read. Let's go.
from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Yeah! Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are phrases that are difficult to say, so they're really good chances to practice your pronunciation. Let's go. Sally sold seashells by the seashore.
We're going to pronounce over the s and sh. S and sh. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. 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 So practice, 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 and don't get confused between one word and another. Okay? Listen.
Sally sold seashells by the seashore. This one's difficult because of the s and sh sounds. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. That one's not so bad. Okay, okay, we'll move on. Next.
Okay, so we're going to go one by one. Let's see. How can we do that? Luz, let's give it a try. You can do it. in a very regular way, or a little bit faster, or a super faster way, whatever you decide. Let's go, Luz.
Okay. Sally saw seashells by the seashore. No. Sally
Okay.
saw seashells by the seashore.
Seashore, exactly. Sally saw seashells by the seashore. Great. Thank you very much. Angie, you decide fast, super fast, or mediumly fast. Let's go.
Sally saw seashell by the seashore. Sally saw seashell by the seashore.
Wonderful. But you have to exaggerate the S, seashells.
Sally
Seashells.
saw seashell by the seashore. Sally
Exactly.
Sally saw Sally saw seashell by the seashore.
Very good. Seashells.
Seashell.
This is a very, very classic and people that we speak Spanish. I don't know why, but what is specifically reason sometimes we say the singular instead of the plural. But yeah, you have to a little bit more. Seashells. Seashells. Very good. That's nice. Okay, let's continue. Okay, next, a new one.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. I've never seen this before. Okay. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. That's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like you could have thrown the word like but in there somewhere too. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. Ah, that's a good one. It's very bubbly. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. It's like if I knew the
Okay, let's go back this part. So this girl, obviously she's an American. As American, she say butter. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. Butter's bitter. Butter's bitter. It's because she's American. But in Australian, we would say Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. Butter's bitter. Because that is very Australian. Okay, so she's pronouncing like American, but you see the T, she's not pronouncing Betty Butter, but some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. She's not British, she's pronouncing like American. Very butter, but some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. You can pronounce like American, you can pronounce like Australian, like British, wherever you wish. Okay, let's go. Steven.
Okay. Betty bought some butter, but she said that butter's bitter.
Exactly. Steven pronounced like Australian. Bora, yeah, she said Bora Spira. I don't
Right.
have a problem. Yeah, that was totally fine. Thank you. Cindy, let's give it a go on this one.
Betty Butter sorry. Say it again.
One more time.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter.
Beautiful, great pronunciation. Exactly. So you can say Betty Botta or you can say Betty Botta. Betty Botta or Betty Border, like American. Whatever you wish. It's okay. Amazing. Okay, Jenny, let's give it a try on this.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So we can pronounce like Australian saying Botta. They say Botta. The T is like R in Australian and the ER is going to be like ah. That's why they say water. Water. Can I please have a bottle of water? Water. Dora. It's very, very common in Australian. In American, they say butter, butter, daughter, water, 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 like ER. Great.
Betty Botter.
Okay, so let's continue with the next. Okay. I'm so sorry for Jesus, Carla, Stephanie, Lady, and Yamit. This is a little bit longer one.
If a woodchuck could how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
This is very bubbly, muy pegajoso. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood, wood and wood, they have the same pronunciation. Remember that I told you the L is not pronounced. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? So you can make a song if you wish about pronouncing this one.
Oh
It's
my
very bubbly.
God.
It's very bubbly. Es muy pegajoso. It's very bubbly. Okay, so let's give it a try. Jesús. I think we lost Jesus. My gosh. Carla, it's going to be your turn. I think, Carla, are you there? Now we lost everybody. Huh? How's that possible? Stephanie, let's go.
How much would word a word chuck if a word chuck called chuck? What?
Exactly. Very good, very good. Okay, let's go with Jamit. How much wood?
How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Beautiful. Yeah,
The
let's.
next tongue twister is also a classic one about woodchucks. Woodchucks are real creatures that exist on the west coast of the United States,
Woodchucks. Yo no sabía eran marmotas. Woodchucks.
primarily in Washington and Oregon. They're like beavers, but they don't live in rivers. They live in like
They are like beavers, como castores.
forests and rocks. The tongue twister is, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And then there's a common response to that, which is, it would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
So this is a question. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? So the answer, it would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. So you see, you have an answer from this tongue twister. Oh my gosh. That's so interesting. Okay, so you see wood, chalk, could, chalk, could, chalk, would and could. We don't pronounce the L. So that is the secret of would, should, and could. We don't pronounce the L. Okay?
Definitely talked about this one in that English topics episode we did about tongue twisters. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better.
Okay, so here we're going to play with lesser, lesser, never with V, exaggerate the V, never weathered, we don't pronounce the E, weathered, the D, weather, 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 better, better. Okay? So we'll listen again, Luz. Don't be afraid. We're going to listen a little bit more and let's go back to you. Okay?
Okay.
1 second. Let's listen a little bit.
Oh, I've never seen this. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better? Hang on, I'm just like astounded by the grammar of this sentence. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Oh, that's hard. It's the wetter weather better. Wetter weather better part. Those last three words. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter better. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Wetter weather better. Weather. It's the weather better that's hard. Weather better. Weather better, weather better, wetter weather better. Yeah, that's it. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. On to the...
Okay, lesser leather, never weathered. No se vio muy útil eso, ¿verdad? It didn't look like very easy. So we're going to repeat it very softly. Lesser or lesser for the Australian people here. Leather or leather, never, weathered, weather, weather con R, weather, con TH, weather, better con R otra vez, better. Lesser leather, never weathered, weather, better. Okay, let's go, Luz. You can do this.
I can. Lesser, leather, never, water. No, yes. Weather, weather, water, better. No.
Beautiful.
Lesser,
Yeah. One more time. Just one more time.
yeah, one more time, please. Lesser, leather, never, weather, water, water, better. Oh my God.
Very good. Very good. Well done. Thank you very much. Angie, it's your turn.
Oh my God. Lesser, leather, never, weather, better. I don't know.
More or less, pretty much. We have to exaggerate a little bit the th. Weathered, weathered,
Weather. Okay.
leather. Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we have a little bit of time for the next one. Let's check it out.
The next one. If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch? If two witches.
Oh my gosh, this is a good one as well. Which, t, t. We have to mark the T and the CH. If two witches would watch two watches, which, which. This is the same word. Which would watch, which watch. Okay, listen before pronouncing Steven, don't worry. I'm going to put it again. Let's go.
Which witch would watch which watch? If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch? Did you write these? Did you write these? Did you find these on the internet? Someone's brilliant. If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch? That one's a good one. If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which witch would watch which watch? All right, that's the.
Okay, let's go, Steven, slowly. If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch? Let's go.
If two witches would watch two witches, which witch would watch which watch?
Almost. Watches, two watches. Okay. One more time, Steven, let's go.
If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch?
Exactly. Very good. Very good. So this is very, very interesting because we have this sound in Spanish. So it's very practical for us. Two witches would watch two watches, but sometimes we forget. I don't know why. We mix with sh. So a lot of people say wish, en lugar de decir which, como cuál, which one do you want? Dicen which one. So they change a lot. Watches, 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 watch, witches, which watch, which watch. It's because it's the ch. So you can prepare this very, 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 very quickly. Okay, so there's a lot of pronunciation of different words like that. So try to focus on the way they are pronouncing, okay? So we can have, I think we have more like here. No, we don't have any more. Okay, so that's the end of the practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. So as much as you practice and practice and practice, there's a lot of good applications that exist in the market where you can practice and check your pronunciation. Mainly if you want to present like an IELTS, PTE, or another kind of test. So you have to listen a lot and read. How is to pronounce the word? How am I supposed to be pronouncing? And check. You can record yourself. Like try to do a practice and listen to yourself, and you hear your recording, and you're going to realize all the mistakes that you're making. But it's a good activity for you to get aware, to be aware of all the mistakes that you're making. Okay? Well, thank you very much for participating in this session. I look forward to see you in the next classes. So if you have a question, any question that you have about the different courses that we have, you can send us a message through the messenger, through the group, and we'll be very happy to help you with. Okay? Have a wonderful night, everybody.